Hi all, I'm going to do a working review I suppose on the Tuono today. I'm going to do a ride over to my local place I love to go over, Finchingfield, which is a really good spot for bikers. So thought what I'd do is do a review while we're riding. Just show you what the Tuono is capable of doing, which I think is quite good actually for a 1100cc motorcycle. And carrying 178 horsepower. It's actually quite good, and I'm just testing today as well. I've just got the new Sena 10C Pro camera and intercom unit, which I'm using now to record, and I've bought it for my trip to the Alps, so I can record as well as have my GoPro on. And so I thought let's do a review of just what these beasts are about. Let's do. As you can see, there's no lack of power absolutely at all, and the bike is outstanding. You see, I've got the TomTom unit on here as well, ready for my trip, and that's all connected in, so basically comes on with ignition. So that's all ready for that as well. So I've owned this Tuono now around about 6-7 months, done about 2,000 miles actually, so it's the most I've done on any bike for many years actually, but yeah, it's good fun, so that's why really. So yeah, just along the 1307 now, near Haverhill, so I'm going to do a couple of roundabouts and then head on to the back roads and head down there to Finchingfield, where I'm sure you guys will not be let down once we get there with all the bikers that are there. Just show you actually, slow down a bit, just show you the quick shift in action. The quick shift on these is really smooth actually, it's what I've experienced on other bikes, but you've got to have the rev range up high. So let's go quick shift up, up, there you go. So yeah, quick shifts on these are fantastic as well. I had a bit of a problem with it when I got it, but that had to be reset by the garage. Just a factory reset is fine after that. So this route I'm doing today is a very, very biker popular red route actually. There's been a lot of accidents this season, bikers coming the other way. Yeah, it's just the way the curves have been coming and the corners on this road. It's absolutely fantastic. I love it. I love the road. And you can hear the V4. It's just the power range and torque is fantastic. I wasn't sure. I've always ridden super sports, and I wasn't sure really whether I wanted to go and get a V4. I'd heard a lot about them, good things, bad things, but the torque range is fantastic. The torque is absolutely outstanding. I'm basically riding the bike on sports mode. Sports mode, track mode, race mode. If I'm honest, sports mode is absolutely fine, and it's got plenty of power in that. So fuel wise, it's 1100cc, say a lot of horsepower, and if you're giving it a lot of beans all the time, you're gonna drink a lot of fuel. But on a run, steady run out with some mates, I'm pulling about 120 miles to fuel light, which isn't that bad I suppose. When I go to the Alps, I'm going to have to definitely be keeping petrol stations in mind, that's for sure. I'm going to have to definitely be keeping them in my sat-nav ready to fill up every sort of 100 miles just to make sure that we are making it. Might even carry a small litre of fuel in my touring bag, but I'll consider that. Let's just get past this car. You can see, I mean, you'd expect it to overtake like that, wouldn't you, being a 1100 V4, but there's no strain at all from. It's just the only strain I find is actually holding on at times. And the front wheel comes really, really light when you're accelerating. So see a lot of people online on the forums talk about getting one of these Tuonos because what they read and hear about them. I'd strongly recommend it. I mean, I'm going to keep this for this year. I'm going to do some touring on it. As you should have known, if you've watched any of my other clips, I've done a bit around the Epco Becker rack and Krieger luggage, which I'm going to use for the trip. So I'm going to use this for touring this year, and then probably change it next year. I've never done touring before, so once I've done the touring, if I like it, I am going to change to a more toury bike. But then I'm hoping, I suppose, really, I can afford to keep this one as well because the fun as well. Because this is just extreme fun. It's currently got the Super Corsa tyres on this as well, which generally they do come with. Now they're brilliant tyres, so I've done about 2,000 miles on them, and they are now starting to wear a little bit. So because they're super soft tyres and they're not adequate enough for the tour. So what I'm going to do is put some Michelin Road 5s on for the tour, because they're hard in the centre, soft on the outside, so it gives me some more length in the tyre. Let's give it some more beans. Whoa, bit of a kick on the front then. When that quick shift came in, then that's flipped the wheel up. As you can see, you've definitely got to be judging the braking correctly when you're riding one of these, that's for sure. It's an extreme piece of kit. It's a lot of fun. I had a BMW S1000 3 years ago, and only kept it about 8 or 9 months because it scared me a little bit, and this is, in comparison, probably just as powerful, and I really enjoy this, and I think it's probably the seating position and everything else as well, because you're not hugging the tank, you're upright position, you're not getting beaten by the wind as much as you'd probably expect that you would. Let's just cut past this. Yeah, the wind doesn't batter you as much as I expected. You can get a bit of a touring visor for it for when you go a long distance. I've looked into it. They look a bit of a pain to change, so I'm not going to bother. But I say it's not actually that bad. Far now, probably about another 2 or 3 miles, and we'll be in Finchingfield. Some really tight bends up on the section. I've been doing this road for years, and it is a lot of fun. And but obviously, I need to abide by the speed limits as well. So fun within the limits is what it's all about, isn't it? There you go, quick shift, yes, down around the corner. So yeah, I've been doing this road on Ninjas, S1000, cars for about 7-8 years, and I have to say it never fails to please, really. And everyone you speak to that's got bikes generally will know these roads, and generally will know Finchingfield, and I'm sure plenty of people that may watch this video will know Finchingfield, or have been to Finchingfield, or have heard of Finchingfield. It's strange, really. Finchingfield is quite an old village, but it just seems to have something to attract the bikes. I don't know what that is, but it just does attract the bikes all the time, winter and summer, and cars. You get some nice cars down here as well, so it attracts both, really. So I don't know what it is about it, but it definitely has it. Just thinking while we're on it, so much more I can tell you about the bike. I mean, I have you've got traction control, you've got wheelie control, you've got launch control. I've never really used launch control, if I'm bluntly honest, but with regards to the traction and wheelie, I actually have them set up quite high compared to what people normally have them, because the bike front wheel wants to come up all the time, and if you hit any damp road, it just wants to light the back wheel up. So I actually have them set on about 6, where a lot of people say once you get used to the bike, knock them back to about 2 and 3, but as to people's preferences, I suppose, what they prefer. I definitely only don't want the wheel flicking up continually. I mean, it's flicking up enough of it is, you know, even on that, because sometimes you can catch it out. So that's where I have it. It's the only thing with this road on a Sunday or a nice day, you do get a few cars, but you should better get past the majority of them. So I can't wait to get this 10C Pro taking a video when I'm doing my tour to the Alps, and four mates as well. So basically I was talking about getting the intercom, and this has got the intercom built in, which is what I was going to go for, just the intercom, because I've got the GoPros to go on the front of the bike. But I thought, you know, why not have an extra camera, more filming time really. Front wheel was trying to raise its head there. They're super coursers though, they're well warm now, and it's warm outside. Just a couple more bends and we'll be at Finchingfield. Just watching our speed a little bit, want to stay within the speed limits. You can say some of these corners could catch you out. If you didn't know the roads, you'd be caught out a treat on these roads, I tell you. You'd end up in a field. On the Sena 10C Pro, I'd tell you, one of my mates recommended it to me, and I would strongly recommend it. I think it's a brilliant bit of kit. Works with a telephone, works with GoPro, videoing now like I am now, very clear, and also as well, you can talk when you're videoing, which is obviously handy when you're trying to do a video to help other people and show people, you know, what the Tuono is about and what it does. It's about. So they say the Tuono can be quite unreliable. Now, so I've done 2,000 and a bit miles on this, and I've had a couple of issues, nothing major. Dashboard needed upgrade, software upgrade, because it kept going blank, but that's apparently a well-known fact. Anyway, we're here at Finchingfield now, so you'll see from the camera view when I do a loop here, and you'll see the amount of bikers. This is actually quiet compared to what I have seen it before. This is definitely quite quiet. But you see, it's still, you know, obviously COVID's still going on, and you know, there's still a fair few people out. This is a calm day. I tell you what, I've seen this is really calm, but you get some lovely bikes up here, that's for sure. The locals must, I'm not sure really whether they like it or hate it, but I don't think they'll ever stop it, that's the problem. So yeah, you get cyclists down here, supercars down here, you get the works, you know, it's really good. There you go, so just a quick overview of the Tuono, just a quick, well, I've seen it go, about a 10C Pro, and my favourite spot, Finchingfield, which any bikers watching this, strongly recommend a Saturday or a Sunday or even an evening. Get yourself down here, guys, come for a ride, and have a look down here. You get some good bikes, good people to chat to, and the rest of it. Anyway, I'll leave you to the rest of your day. Have a look at the video, if you like, comment if you want to know anything more about the Tuono or the 10C Pro, and or Finchingfield in that case as well, and speak to you soon, guys, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Thank you very much.